When sleeping women wake, mountains move. This message is being brought to you by the Pan-African Revolutionary Socialist Party. Capitalism is a backwards economic system. It's an economic system in which the major means of production, the production of those things we need to survive, are owned by less than 1% of the human population. These owners make up what we call the ruling class. Anybody who is a part of this class, who own but don't work, can't help but to develop self-centered characteristics that after a while breeds arrogance, elitism, superiority, the belief that I must be the greatest. Who are these capitalists primarily? Today, they are European men, but tomorrow they can be African men, Asian women, Asian men, African women, because it's not the man or the woman that's the problem, that's our enemy. It's the economic system that shapes us to be who we are. We are all born innocent babies who must learn most everything from our environment. Remember the saying, if you put a baby in a cave with the wolves, the baby will begin to howl like a wolf, eat like a wolf, walk on all fours like a wolf. We are social beings, so we learn most everything from our environment. And the principal thing in our environment that keeps us alive, keeps us living, is the economic system. Capitalists, by virtue of their being the most powerful and wealthiest, are convinced that they are the best, the greatest, the most intelligent. And since they own the major media, they push their propaganda to us all the time. So how does that propaganda affect us? To be wealthy is the best. To be poor is the worst. To be white or European is the best. To be African is to be the worst. To be men is to be the best. To be women is to be the least. This propaganda is spewed at us 24/7, both directly and indirectly, in order to shape the way we think and the way that we behave. For the most part, we conscious Africans don't buy into this propaganda. We reject it. We reject the idea that to be wealthy is to be the best. We reject the idea that to be white or European is the best. But there's one message that we have the hardest time rejecting. And that is to be men, is to be the best or the most superior or to be the head. Why is this? Because this is the one message that benefits us most directly. At least it benefits African men most directly. But if we want to change this capitalist society that we see as our enemy from the beginning of the infantile to today, we have to change all of it. We can't hold on to any rotten part of it. This is a society that's rotten inside and out. And just because it's benefiting half of us, we don't want to keep it. We can't survive that way. We have to get rid of all unfairness, all aspects of exploitation and oppression in order to free all of us. We can't say we don't want the big boss man running our societies and our companies, and yet be the big boss man in our homes, in our families. That's not right. We can't be for cooperatives, ujamas, yet be against collectivism in our own home. We can't operate with half a mind. We must reject all forms and all aspects of capitalism if we are to survive and thrive, if we are to win the African Revolution, if we're going to overthrow our enemy and bring into existence Pan-Africanism, the complete liberation and unification of Africa under socialism. And like all other oppressed people, African women must play the principal role in their liberation. We are ready for the revolution. When sleeping women wake, mountains move.